right? Any more else? Can I use this review word?
Out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can I use these words? Checking,
Trialing.
execution.
Yes.
Right? Such kind of words can be used. All such kind of. There are more. Rest of the words you people can Google it from. Right? You're comfortable in Google, Google it. You're comfortable in opening a dictionary, open it. That's it over there. Right? So such kind of words we can use for testing synonyms over here. And what we do is we'll pick up one of the synonym word and try to form a sentence for ourselves, right? So somebody was saying something, it is a process. Now you can start up, sir. You want to try forming a sentence now? Right? I will form a sentence in this manner. It is a process of execution. I used a word something like this now, right? Executing an application, right? And you people said testing the software, it is a defect free or not. So here it is. It is a process of executing an application with an intent to find defects. What is your intention as a test engineer or as a tester over here? Your intention is to find defects from that application. How do you find it? By testing or executing, right? So you do not find it, that means you will be declaring it as a defect-free application or a bug-free application. Such kind of words you can use it in this case here. Right. Apart from this line, we'll put up another line also, right? It is something like this now. It's a process of identifying the defects, document them, and subjected to rectification. That is what you will call it as over here. Another line you can form. So anybody asks you, you can use either this line or either this line. Both are the same over here, right? So it is a process of identifying the defects. Now, who identifies the defects? We test engineers. How do we identify it? By testing, executing, checking, reviewing it, validating, or verify. Any word you can use suitable over there. Now, what do you do after identifying that corresponding defect? We generally said document them. Now, what does mean by document them? It means we are preparing a bug report over here, or a defect report or document, you can call it as over here. That is the document where it is going to be described clearly about the defect, what you raised, or what is the defect you found out over here, right? It is so and so working, not working so and so. This is the inputs which I used and which is not accepting, right? All such kind of things you'll be describing in that bug report, how serious it is, right? All such kind of things. And what do you do with that bug report now? We said subjected to rectification. What do? We found a defect in that software or application.
We will send it back to the development team.
Developer, right? This will be your part. Documenting them, identifying the defects is all about the test engineer's part. The rectification, or otherwise correcting it, resolving it, right? You can use all these words over there, right? Which is done by your developer over here. He is the person who's going to do the correction, right? He is the person who developed it, and at the end of the day, he is also going to do the correction of that particular bug itself over there, right? So this is what you can say it as testing. It is a process of identifying executing an application with an intent to find defects, or otherwise it is a process of identifying the defects, documenting them, and subjected to rectification. Like when I put this conversation in a general point of view, right? Say like you go to a client, sorry, you as a client go to a retailer's, right? Buying a pen, we'll plan to buy some pen over there, right? So standing in front of a retailer, when you give your requirements, he gives you the pen. What are you going to do with that pen over there?
We will write and see if it is working or not.
So you're checking, end of the day.
Checking, yeah.
Simple, right? That is why I highlighted over here, checking whether my pen is writing properly or not, right? So that means you can see every small product to the large product, whatever it is, right? A hardware product or a software products are being tested over there, right? So we did a checking, scribbled it on a paper, it is started writing, then we are satisfied with that, right? So that is what it is. We are trying to work onto this. The terms are being described in this test, right? So we got a clarity. What is testing, right? What is the testing defined as, and what are the synonyms which we can use it over here, right? Let us have some discussion, something which keeps on going on in your minds currently, right? Everything will be clarified. It will take time, people, right? The currently your queries may be revolving in your mind right now is, am I right? Testing done by whom? Importance of testing or necessary of testing? Am I right? These are some questions which keep on revolving in your mind right now.
Yes, sir.
Right? So let us solve all these, right? So before you people raise your queries, I will raise it and I will make it clear. If it is not done, then you can put me, you can start asking me those queries, right? The basic query, let us try to solve the very first query which we are planning out for, right? Testing done by whom, right? It'll, when you Google it, when you read some, you're following some websites, you people are reading some books, it'll be said something like this: the technical and the non-technical people associated with the project. That is what they say. They start the line in that case, right? So what we do is, we'll come out of the book language, make it understand it in our language over here. Now, who all are going to do testing as per your knowledge? The very first person you will always pick up is, so we are the main people who will always start doing the testing, right? And that is why we are called in this manner. Test engineer will play a vital role under the project in an organization, right? Now, what all he is going to do testing, right? We picked up a pen over there, right? We need to start testing the pen over there. So we will start doing it in this manner. Let us put each one line like this, right? Test engineer will verify functionality of application as a functional tester. Now, what is the term called as functionality?
The behavior.
Behavior, okay. Okay, behavior. And so we used an example of a pen. So can you define the functionality of a pen?
Writing.
Simple as that.
Blue
When
color
they
white.
say, yes, sir. Yes, somebody was saying something.
We have to check whether it is what color it is in, like red, what color it is black.
No, no, no. when we are specifically talking about the term called functionality, I cannot say it as a color, right? Let me put that here, make it clear for you.
It
Either
has
you'll
to
call it
write.
as working condition of a pen or the functionality of a pen are same, right? So anybody is not able to answer it through the microphone, you can put it into a chat there. Your answers can be kept on a chat. I can view them and I can still reply to those chat when the sessions are going on. It is not said that you cannot ask me queries when it is in the middle of the session, right? There's no problem. You can prompt me, put up your queries in the chat, or the way switch on your microphones and still ask me, right? So you can feel free for yourself asking me queries in that way. So this is what we will say. What is the working condition of a pen? The functionality of the pen are both are same. It is simple, right? Writing of a pen over here. Now, color is not a mandatory. Fine. Let me call as myself as a client requirement for pen, right? And somebody has picked up a color. Let me evenly add up that also, right? Client requirement for pen. I need black ink pen. That is what my requirement is. I kept it in requirement to the retailers over there, right? Now the test engineer comes, start testing it, right? Now the pen started writing it in blue ink. Now tell me, is that pen functioning or not functioning?
It is functioning, but not as per the client requirement.
Simple. So that is why when I asked you earlier, functionality of a pen, color is not a mandatory. When the requirement has been put in this manner, now the color can be considered over here. But end of the day, it is still functioning, right? I will say functioning with defect. And the defect is the color over here. Because the client asked for a black, we are delivering a blue over there. So which is considered as a defect in that case over there. If you want, I can put another simple more requirement over here, right? Consider a calculator over there, right? Client requirement for a calculator. The requirement is whenever the client wants to add 1 and 1, the requirement is 3 to be displayed. So you come down as a test engineer, right? Started testing it over here, right? And you entered. Now tell me, is it functioning? Yes or not? Is it having any defect? Yes or not?
Yeah, it is having a defect.
Is it defect?
Yeah, it is
What
a
about the
defect.
functionality then?
Functionality is fine.
Is fine.
The defect. Yeah. Functionality is addition, right? It is doing the function, but
Functionality, it
client.
should display the number when there is an addition happening,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So did we got a display?
Yeah, we got a display, but the
Now
not
the
as per the.
but word comes over here, right? So the application functionality is to do an addition and give you a result over there, right?
Yeah.
We got a result, but the result was not as per the client requirement. That is why we say it is functioning, right?
Yes.
Is functioning with a defect, right? Because the result is 2 over there rather than 3.
Yes.
Rather than 3. This is what I will be talking about. Is it clear? But now you as a test engineer, will you stop testing over here or will you do anything else? You got a defect over here. Will you stop testing or will you continue doing any other things?
I think we have to report it. We have
Yeah,
to.
we will do that. We will do that. तो
Okay.
दिल्ली बहुत दूर है सर, टाइम लगेगा उसके लिए.
Mm.
Now tell me, shall we do any continuation of this testing or not? As a test engineer, we have to do continuation over there because I want to see the 3 is evenly getting displayed when other numbers are getting added, yes or no. Because I tested my client requirements, right? Whether they are satisfied or not satisfied, secondary, fine. As you said, we will report it to the developer. Chalo, developers have been rectified it with no defects, right? I will evenly remove this part also. So, is functioning with no defects, but still I'll keep on continuing because is the 3 is getting displayed when the addition is happening for the other numbers, yes or no. That is what as a test engineer we need to think about. It is not only the requirements, out of the requirements also we need to check out, right? In simple terms, when I say you're testing for the valid requirements and as well as you're supposed to evenly check for the invalid requirements over here, right? Invalid requirements also need to be checked. So in other words, positive and negative testing is to be done. That is what they will say. So test engineer mindset need to be changed over here, right? Our mindset needs to be changed as per the client requirement, right? We all know from the childhood we have learned, right? They taught us whenever you do an addition of 1 and 1, the result should be 2. But when this situation comes, what do? Shall we do it in this manner as 1 plus 1 equal to 3, or you will say no, it is not 3, it is 2? Will you say that?
So we will do as per the requirement.
So that is the thing. Test engineers, we need to change our mindset over here, right? As per the client requirement, we need to change our mindset. Thinking capacities need to change, and as well as you start thinking in any other manner, is the 3 getting displayed or not? Chalo, 3 got displayed over here. Now, do you consider it as a defect application or a defect-free application? I will still say it is functioning again with a defect over there, because my invalid inputs are also getting displayed with a 3 number rather than 4 over there, because my client said only 1 and 1 should be 3, not for the other. The others should be commonly working as per a normal human being thinking, right? So it is functioning. When I said 3 over here, it is functioning. I will say it is defect when I want to describe it, right? Invalid requirements are also displaying 3 as result over there. This is what you'll be all trying to describe it into this document called as bug report. When we said document them, this is how you will be describing it, not in this manner, right? When we come down, we'll make it much more clear over there, precise in that case, right? This is how we are talking about the functionality of a pen, right? The working condition of a pen, working condition of a calculator as per the client requirement. Now, can you people describe what the working condition of a Google search page is? Can anybody do the description of this? Functionality of Google search page is what?
So when we post a query, or it will show us multiple results.
Not exactly a query.
It can be any keyword. Okay.
I'll use like this word. This will be much suitable because
Yes.
it is not always you're typing a sentence. Even a letter
Yeah.
is being typed, right? Let me
It
open
has to
this page
display.
for you.
It will
Right, I'm
display the
opening a page
results.
over here. Right, as soon as I typed A, related to that, it started showing me something like this.
It's
Right,
yeah,
not
suggestions.
even a keyword. Right, the keyword like testing I use, I don't need to type it all that. Right, so that is how it
Yeah.
is. Any keyword, right, related information needs to be displayed. That is what they will say.
Yes.
To be displayed, that will be by the Google. Right, but how do you precise the requirements? Because we test engineers need to start thinking as per a client. So what will be your thinking capacities? What will be valid requirement? What can be a invalid requirement? Think about that now. Should accept alphabets, as we just seen, as we entered a letter, right? A, T, something like that. Does it accept numerics?
Yes, it is.
Does it accept special characters or any specific special characters only it will accept?
It will accept all the special characters.
All the special characters. There's no conditions over there, right? All individually you type or all combinedly you type, it will just give you some information. Then what about invalid then? Shall I make it something, try to make it easy for you. Say like in the Google search page, right? I don't want to click, sorry, I don't want to enter any information, right? So I'm opening my page here, Google search page, the home page here. I don't want to enter anything on this search box, the text box. But when I still click on my search button, what will be the functionality? Or say like, I typed a letter or a keyword, right? Consider like this, testing. Consider this word is not there in the Google's database. At that time, what will be the response of this word here? What will be the response of this Google search page will be?
It will be like we haven't found the word you're looking for. Instead, it will give some other
Google,
suggestion.
did Google never says word not found.
But it will give us suggestions similar to
No,
that
ma'am.
word.
No, ma'am, Anusha. It will never say no results found. It will at least give you some suggestions closest to that, something related to that. So I said testing. Is it always testing tools, testing subject we are talking about? What is it happening right now? You can see the very first thing it started giving me suggestion. It's all happening at COVID. So COVID testings and so on, it started in that case there. So it is giving me suggestion. Are you searching for a COVID-19 safety information, blah, 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 and all. When I say click, then it starts giving me the information. Even in a similar manner, when I leave it blank, right, I'm clicking it right now. If you people can hear my mouse clickings or not, I don't know. Right, when I click my search button, the page will not respond anything. Say like this, if the page responds, then say I'm leaving it blank, I clicked on a search, consider it started giving you information, the previous information what you searched for. Now, do you consider it as a defect? Yes or not?
Yeah, it will be a defect.
Simple. It is a defect, right?
Yes.
When blank, I cannot say is entered over there. When blank Google search bar not to display any information. By the way, the page should be intact. No response from the Google search page. If it responds, then we consider it as a defect, right? Now, the defect will be considered as a functionality defect because it is not supposed to function at the blank page. It started functioning, right? So we will consider it as a defect. Defect, functional defect over there. Because for the invalid blank, it is started responding where it is not supposed to respond, right? Invalid is blank. Page should not respond to be intact. That is what they will say it as, right? Started responding then you'll always call it as a defect. Where is the defect is talking about the functionality kind of a things in that case there. Got a clarity onto this? How do we define the word called functionality? How do we check out the functionalities and so on? Right? Need not worry. There is still more to be coming down. We are just in a very first day session, right? So we got a clarity. Where are we? Test engineer is verifying the functionality of an application as a functional tester over here. So this is what we got it. One part of that application to be tested. So apart from functionality, what else we will test? Let us go down and start talking about that. So the other part of the application to be tested is performance, right? Where we started with a pen as an example, let us even pick up the same example over here, right? First thing, how do you define the word called performance? Based on that, then you start talking about the performance of pen here.
The durability.
Yeah, I will accept that. How is the application responding? Responding for a long duration of time, right? How is the application responding when a lot of load is being put, stress being put, all such kind of things you can consider them under performance. So when you're talking about performance, you will be considered yourself, you're designated as a performance tester in this case, right? So how do you check your performance of a pen then?
How long the pen would write?
Pen won't write in essence functionality again.
Yeah, like how long will it?
How smooth it is writing, how rough it is writing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And for how many number of pages it is writing.
Yes.
Right? All such kind of things I can put up over here for my pen when I'm talking about. What will be your performance of your mobile? How do you check? How do you say my mobile's performance is good? You can start go buy your this so-called brand So you start giving your reviews, giving some replies to your friends or your relatives also in that case. Which mobile did you buy? I bought so and so Samsung or an iPhone, right? This is nice. You also need to buy this. How do you say nice? Look wise, not considered. We are not talking even that also, kept aside. Right? Functionality, which we have seen. I started making calls, it is making calls. I started clicking pictures, it started clicking exactly the pictures are done. Right? But how do you say the performance of your mobile now? Why am I suggesting so and so mobile? Because this is having a nice battery. If it is 100% charged, it will run up to 10 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours. That is how you will define it. It will still run if I install all the application, right? A lot of stress being put onto that mobile there now because of installing all the applications. So such kind of terms, you can use it for your mobile responses, performances over here, right? So this is one another word called performance there, right? Apart from these two things, what else we are going to do, right? Here in a manual side, right? Manual tester will write test cases. That is what we'll be doing it in our practicals later, right? And later convert them into script. Script, that means you will be enacting as a automation tester over here. That will what you'll be doing, right? So you have different roles to play. Performance tester, functional tester, where is it? Functional tester, manual test engineer, test associate, right? And automation test engineer. All these are your roles, what you'll be playing. And do remember one thing over here, people. All these things are not possible by one test engineer. You will be only one test engineer who does only one task. When you're writing test cases, that is it. Apart from that, anything else you will not do, right? They will not even give you any task also. If at all they will give you, obviously, once your writing of test cases is completed, then you'll approach to that, right? But you will not do when you're writing test cases. Similarly, you need to write scripts, right? You start doing your functional testings and start doing your performance. No, not possible. Even though it is a smaller organization with a lesser number of team, right? You'll be having multiple tasks, right? But there is a specific time date will be given to those tasks to accomplish them, right? If it's a bigger organization, I don't need to talk about anything else because the team size will be big in that case. So the tasks will be distributed within those team members over there, right? Do remember over here. And for the project, software or hardware, the main part of the application will be talking about functionality. So the company needs more number of functional testers. Either you're doing a functional testing in manual side, either you're doing a functional testing in your automation side, does not matter. They require a lot of functional testers. In general point of view, in simple terms, when I put it up, there'll be a 10:1 ratio. We require functional testers at 10. Where is it? And one performance tester for one project. I don't need more number of test engineers or of a performance testers, right? That is how the ratio will be. But in our manual sessions, we'll be talking about performance testing topics. We'll be covering writing of test cases also of performance testing, various cases, right? So we are not leaving it, but we are not going to work on any tool because we are getting ourselves designated, right, profession into functionality. You're going to work into seleniums also. Selenium itself is a functional tester, sorry, functional tool, right? So making it clear in the very first level itself. So now you want to evenly learn your performance, right? You can learn, it's up to your interest. We are not forcing it, but the ratio of the requirement is very less over there. For that, you have to do it separately. That is what I'll make it clear. So, is this clear now? Where is it? Where? Right. Test engineer, one of our technical person who does all these tasks. Clear? So, apart from test engineer, is there anybody else to do testing? Can we use anybody, any other person's name over here?
Yeah, in some cases, developer also do the testing, like we call it white box testing.
Oh, don't go into the deep, right? Which will make confused over here. Not some cases, every time. Yes, I will accept developers. Now you people don't start thinking in that manner. When developer is going to do testing, what is the usage of hours? Developers are going to do testing on their programs, on the source code which they prepare. And the technical term is this for them: unit testing. Developer performs the unit testing on the software to check the individual methods are working properly or not. The sentence which I formed, right? They perform unit testing on the software to check individual methods working properly or not. That is what they will say. In the other meaning, as of we put up, right, checking for syntax errors, right, or otherwise checking out for coding standards preparation over there. Does everybody have a programming idea, the basic C language at least? What happened? Nobody has a programming idea, at least a basic, the printf statement. Your academies, you people went down on that. The very first year, you people are from BTech graduation, then everybody has sat commonly for the first year, where everybody gets along with the C language there.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No
sir.
idea about this statement,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
right? In Java, you'll be writing it as system.print. I forgot one second. System.out.println
LM.
and the rest of the thing. Yeah, don't worry,
Yeah,
Mr. Gopiraju, right? We are not even talking about any programming right now. That little bit is enough for you. That little bit only I'm writing it. Don't worry about that. I'm not even going to ask you any questions related to that. And once the statement has been written, the printf, right? So this statement, welcome to, one second, sorry.
It will be displayed in the output.
Console. It will be displayed in the console pages.
Console.
C language, it started displaying it in the, what do you call that, DOS screen, right? Where you write specified in the Java program. Then in the UI structure of the Eclipse or anything else software you are using it, within that there will be a console being happening, so you can get the output over there. But before getting the output, what we did over there? C language, we said compilation. In Java, we said debugging. Now, what are the terms of these two words for you? Start searching for the Googles there. End of the day, I'm checking whether my statement or the entire program or the conditions have written properly or not. Is it having any errors or not? Am I right? Did we did that? during the C language compilation, something you pressed Control F9 or Alt F9. I don't remember the keys properly, right? This is what you do. You do a compilation, checking for the syntax errors, the standards have been properly written or not. The same thing which we are talking as per the developer's point of view. But the technical term is used for the developers is unit testing. It is not only test engineer going to do. We got a clarity over here, right? Test engineer will do the external structures, where the developers will do the internal structures of the application. Got a clarity on this now?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So this is what we are having it testing done by whom, right? There are another technical people also there, which I'll put them in tomorrow's session over there. So not dragging this first day session itself, right?